There's no game like the Iron Bowl.
In the past 30 years, I've experienced most of the rivalries in person. And I tell you, the most intense is Alabama-Auburn.
This game is really important to the people in the state of Alabama.
It's quiet the night before. Soon, every seat will be filled for the latest chapter of the Iron Bowl.
These two teams get set to do battle in the greatest rivalry, certainly in college football, perhaps in all of sports here today.
If history is any indication, the game will be a physical grind.
I'm talking about eyeball to eyeball, chest to chest. I'm coming play after play, over and over again until you quit.
What they gonna say about y'all when y'all go? What they gonna say about this game right here?
Because there's a locker room over there, there's a locker room right here. We're gonna find out today who runs the violence and who runs away from it. In between the white lines, what you got? The bad guys are here, man. It's time to hunt.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Kalen DeBoer Show, presented by Truckworks, along with the head coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide. I'm Chris Stewart. Coach, congratulations. A great win, first and foremost, over the in-state rivals, but also a win that puts your team in the SEC championship game.
Man, I just super proud of these guys. 7-1 in the conference, and you know, there's so many games that come down to the wire like we had tonight. Just the grit, the resiliency that this team has, especially when you think about how it all started. And we don't like to focus on that, but we do, because we remember that's what triggered, you know, a lot of our mindset. And the guys worked hard at the beginning, but it's just like a mindset that I think they've really had, and you know, they've had their backs to the wall a number of times throughout the season. You know, finding a way to get it done in a tough environment that we know happens here down at Auburn.
The defense gets the play late, but the defense also early on was able to really set a tone in this game. The offense got points on the board and had that 17-0 lead, but the defense really just wouldn't allow Auburn to get anything going in the first half.
Yeah, you know, their defense is good too, and you know, but our defense just kept getting off the field so quickly, and it was great. I think the field position battle was huge early, got us the points that we wanted and needed. You know, as the game went on, really, you know, we gave up those explosive plays, and that's the part that, you know, really hurt us and gave them a chance here at the end. But you know, team football again, finding a way to win. You know, defense did their job at times, and offense came through at times, and the special teams as well.
We can talk about things maybe that didn't go right for the offense, but one thing that went right, no turnovers in this ball game, and that was obviously turnovers turned out to be the difference.
Yeah, I mean, 2 weeks ago, you know, we played Oklahoma. That was really the game that, you know, unfortunately went that, you know, the field position and all that. You know, it was a lot because of turnovers, and so. Our guys' identity as a team has been take the ball away and take care of it, and you know, we did that tonight. You know, there was execution things, and some of it is who you're playing too. They got great defense and some skilled offensive players, but our guys in the end kept battling and kept coming and hitting, and you know, found ways to make the play. We got some balls that were loose as well that we did end up with, or balls that went right through our hands defensively. So I know we still left some out there that we just missed on.
All right, let's talk about the first half a little bit and what allowed you to get the 17-0 lead and 17-6 going to the locker room.
Yeah, I think it's getting off the field defensively, and then it was the field position that we got because of it. And so Ty did a nice job. You know, I think there were some misses at times between receivers and Ty, but there was also some big plays that we made to put the ball in the end zone. And just, you know, they bring in some pressure, bring in some heat, and I think Ty's really learned a lot. You know, ball placement, give my guy a chance, but you know, let's not put the ball at risk. And so, love those steps. That's part of the learning process. And so, you know, some great things and big plays that he made tonight.
All right, Coach, let's take a look at the first half highlights.
45 for the early lead, and he drives it right down the middle. Play clock at 1 when he snaps it. Pressure comes. Simpson backpedals, heaves to the end zone. Caught, touchdown, Isaiah Horton. What a throw! And he's looking for Horton, who's got it for a touchdown. Alabama rolling on the plains here.
The Kalen DeBoer Show is brought to you by the University of Alabama, where legends are made. Coke Zero Sugar. Tackle game day with a great taste of Coke Zero Sugar.
Coach, 17-6 at the half. What's your message to the group at intermission?
The message was don't let them get off to a fast start. And
unfortunately,
yeah, that was and confidence in your defense and everything that we really feel great about. You know, our defense went out there though, and they got the explosive play, and all of a sudden, you know, it gets tight within a minute. And but we also talked about it being a 4-quarter game, and you know, our guys I think have that mindset going into every single contest and game that it's going to take, you know, every bit that we got. And so, you know, they didn't panic. They just kept playing.
Didn't panic, kept playing. Auburn ties it 20. You got 11 and a half minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And your team drives it down the field. And you'd had your 2 previous longest drives on the clock ended with field goals. But you weren't going to settle for 3 on this last drive. One that had taken up over 7.5 minutes. And you decided to go for it on 4th and 2.
Well, I figured it was 29 yards less than shorter than what Gravedigger was a couple of years ago here. Shout out to Coach Saban and the 23 team. So I figured the percentages were much more in our favor, you know, to just get 2 yards. And so no, I think the whole key is that we have confidence in our offense. We have confidence in our trigger man. Right. With Ty, and then we also have confidence in our defense, you know, because there is obviously a reality that you don't get it. Right. And you got confidence in your defense that they can get off the field, and maybe we get even a second shot at a shorter field. You know, maybe that one ends up being a field goal opportunity or whatever it is at the end. But just feel like putting 7 points on the board, if you got a chance when you get out here this close, it really puts a lot of pressure on them, and that's what happened. That's what happened at the end of the game, where they're driving down the field. They're pretty much in field goal range if they wanted it, but because it was 7 points, they had a little more pressure on them.
All right, Coach, let's take a look at the second half highlights.
Simpson, end zone, touchdown! Isaiah Horton with the hat trick! A stunning decision, frankly, to pass up the chip shot and roll the dice, and it worked.
With everything that's at stake. But how about the poise of Simpson? He's not had a great night throwing the football, but when it mattered most on his 4th down play, sat in that pocket. Think of all the different looks, the pressure he's dealt with.
Down to 40 seconds. Quick pitch to the edge. Coleman breaks a tackle. Lost the ball. Alabama recovers. Deontay Lawson falls on it, and the Crimson Tide, with that takeaway, are going to survive the Iron Bowl, go to Atlanta to play for a conference championship, and in all likelihood, on to the CFP. It's a live ball. Last play of the Iron Bowl. Daniels caught, but brought down is Kane, and Alabama survives and advances to Atlanta to play for the SEC championship and on to the bracket of 12 in all likelihood.
Coach, very dramatic finish. Your team again takes care of the football, forcing, make sure that you only had to punt instead of disaster happening, and then the defense does its job once again at the end.
Yeah, and we had a chance to get it there at the end. They just got to land on it from what I saw, but you know, milking the clock and you know, love to get that first down and end up with the offense on the field. We've had that happen a lot of times, and that's the goal. But proud of our special teams. You know, that's a high pressure situation, and to snap it and to get it off, and then have to go out there and play a couple plays. I mean, you know, anything can happen, but our guys got the job done there the last couple seconds.
Among the guys that got the job done, Ty Simpson. And Coach, numbers-wise, wasn't his best ball game, but he had some incredibly gutty plays. Again, as we talked about, against a tremendous defense, no turnovers.
Yeah, I think when I think about his touchdown throws, what do you have, 3 of them?
Yes, sir.
All 3 of them. I mean, those were balls that had a lot of pressure in the moment, and pressure on him sometimes, and the placement of them just had to be perfect. And so, I mean, those were some big-time throws that he made. And you know, I think throughout the game, he just did a good job of managing things, taking care of it. Never really felt like he panicked in a high-intense environment with a lot happening against a very good defense.
All right, Coach, our Tri-Green Equipment all-access feature is on Ty Simpson.
Thank you to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. What an awesome blessing. Childhood dream of mine to play in the Iron Bowl. Thank you to him. But it starts with our head coach. It comes from him, our resiliency, and it just goes down the line. Like, credit to the O-line, credit to the running backs, the whole offense, the defense, man. Like, just, what a great team win. Just super, super proud of the guys, and just so blessed that we get to do it again next week. I was like, here we go again. So, just a great play, great job by the guys, great job by Isaiah Horton. The tight ends, Marshall Pritchett and Caleb Edwards, 2 freshmen stepping up, making a big time play, making that corner and safety pin down. Just super, super proud of those guys. Our Lord and Savior, I've been here before. I go by a verse, Micah 5:5. Just talks about being anxious, and I know whatever happens, the Lord has me. So just what a great atmosphere, great job. Just super, super proud of the guys.
The Kalen DeBoer Show is brought to you by Coke Zero Sugar. Tackle game day with a great taste of Coke Zero Sugar.
Welcome back to the Kalen DeBoer Show, presented by Truckworks. Alabama, a 27-20 winner over Auburn. But, Coach, your team's winning in the classroom as well, doing a phenomenal job. A 9.98 APR, that's best in the SEC. It's a program record and 2nd overall in the nation.
Yeah, our guys had a 3.29 GPA last spring. Over 100, I think it was 103 of the 126 guys had a 3.0. There's a whole crew in the academic department, but Molly Dowd and her staff, they're amazing. And our coaching staff really takes it serious. And then, of course, our guys do. And that's what makes this so great, too, is that not only are our guys on the football field doing amazing things, they're getting their degree. The SEC, we lead the SEC with the APR with the 998. And I just couldn't be more proud of how, and I think it's a sign of the character that this team has, and it just shows the consistency and just, who they are as people. And so these guys, when they get their degree, it's something that you can never take away from them. And they have that for life. And this is what college is supposed to be about, playing the game that you love. And I understand there's a lot to it. The wins and losses are huge, but there's also a degree that these guys can earn. So I'm proud of our guys.
Coach, let's go. Red Diamond All Access. Taking a look at the academic accomplishments.
Yeah, our growth in the program is going to happen in all ways, athletically, academically, socially, spiritually. We want that career development to happen, those opportunities, the network you're building, to all be part of the experience here at Alabama. And, academically, I couldn't be more proud of what our staff does, coaching-wise, alongside with our academic staff. And then the players just doing the work in the classroom. Last fall, we ended with 3.24 GPA. 95 of 130 players had a 3.0. That piece right there, eliminating distractions while you're making the progress towards something that no one can take away from you. That's a degree. That's a big deal in our program, and I'm super proud of the way the guys take ownership in that as well.
So I've been doing this for about 15 years, and the biggest thing, having seen a lot of football success, is that those two things go together rather than are in opposition to each other. So this is what I always tell kids, and I know Coach DeBoer preaches this, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So doing well academically doesn't take away from doing well football-wise. I've seen a lot of great players come through, and I can only think of one or two exceptions to the rule that like great players are great students because they know how to show up on time, put in effort, prepare, show up to perform on test day, et cetera, et cetera. Now, I think the one thing I would say is there's a different set of skills that come with being a student than that would come with being a football player. So our big approach is to sort of, I would say we have a relational and independent individual approach. So everybody who comes, we want to build a relationship with them to try to understand what their goals are. And we want to individually set up their support to address their specific sets of strengths and weaknesses, which we all have, right? So for each kid, and I just have the honor of leading a team of like amazing women. I get credit for the stuff they do all the time. So it's really them, and what they do is they build a relationship with each student and figure out right wherever they are, meet them right where they are, and then try to figure out what's getting in their way if they're not having the academic success that they want to have. Very similar to probably what the coaches are doing over here. So what we're trying to do is identify the barriers and then strategize with the student and with their support system, coaches, parents, et cetera, on how we're gonna overcome that barrier. So our core belief is that every student can be successful, every student can graduate in the way that they want, in the measure that they want. It's just about figuring out how to help them set the path to get them there.
The Kalen DeBoer Show is brought to you by Coke Zero Sugar. Tackle game day with a great taste of Coke Zero Sugar.
Coach, CB&S Bank brings us our turning point in the ball game. It was not much of a debate as to what that was going to be. 4th and 2 and a touchdown pass from Ty Simpson again to Isaiah Horton.
4th and 2, you know, the thing about it is actually there was someone crossing right in front of my view.
Right.
And so I didn't really see where the ball was at other than everyone
going nuts,
going nuts on the sideline. And so I didn't see it on the ground. So I can't wait to watch it on film. But yeah, it was just a great pressure moment that our guys came through in, and that's what you got to do in these games, you know. And we've played to win so many times, and we won't be reckless. But we're going to take the moments that we prepare for, that we practice for. And Coach Grubb and his staff dialed up a great play call. And then our guys went and executed, didn't panic, because actually the early parts of our read weren't there. And just Tide stayed with the progression, made the throw, and obviously, you know, it's a big score for us.
Simpson, end zone, touchdown! Isaiah Horton with the hat trick. A stunning decision, frankly, to pass up the chip shot and roll the dice, and it worked.
With everything that's at stake.
The Kalen DeBoer Show is brought to you by Ford. Visit your local Ford dealer, proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide.
Coach, our last TV show of the year. I'd be remiss if I didn't congratulate you, only you and Gene Stallings, winning your first 2 Iron Bowls as head coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide. A great accomplishment there, but the win puts you in the SEC championship game. I know, extremely special. That's what's next.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm for it.
Oh man.
I'm for it.
Yeah, I'm fired up for our guys. They've had this goal, and I don't, you know, they've stayed so much in the moment. Like, I think it was all about this game, knowing, and you know, you talk and you think like, hey, you can't get ahead of yourself. You can't be thinking about that. And especially when we had a chance a couple weeks ago and we fell short, so close. And you know, these guys just continue to be resilient, continue to stay focused on the right things. They just continue to put the energy that they need to have into the work, and whatever the doubters say, whatever people think, it doesn't matter. They just focus on what we can control, and that's how it needs to be done.
From let's go to let's get out of here. 27-20, Alabama a winner for Coach Kalen DeBoer. I'm Chris Stewart. Roll Tide, everybody.
The Kalen DeBoer Show is brought to you by the University of Alabama, where legends are made. Coke Zero Sugar. Tackle game day with a great taste of Coke Zero Sugar.